Hello, gorgeous. How are you? I'm saying, how are you? Like you're actually going to answer and I can hear you. Welcome to another episode of Empowering Women in Menopause podcast. I am your host, Trudie German. My heat just kicked in my house. Hold on. On this podcast, I share with you all things perimenopausal, from how to get better sleep, have more energy, lose fat, understand the changes. I talk about it all. So let's get into it. So let's get this party going. My heat is still going. I was trying to wait, but it was taking too long. And I was like, I don't want to lose my flow. So let's do this. Today, we're going to talk about, or this week's podcast episode, we're going to talk about how to stay on top of your fitness, your fat loss goals in this busy holiday season, because this is being recorded December 3rd. It's going to drop, December 5th. So, we're right in the holiday spirit. With the holiday spirit, our schedule is completely different than normal because we have work fun, family obligations. We're traveling for the holidays. We're also going out more because of the holidays. We're eating more. We're living differently. So it's a different season, and I find that if we don't make accommodations, if we don't change with the season, it is so easy to fall off track with your fat loss, fitness goals, and then come January, you're trying to get back on, and it's so much harder. But what if you don't have to fall off completely? You just make accommodations, right? So between you traveling, going out of town, others coming in, this time of year can be very hectic. So one thing that I would suggest that you do, and a lot of these tips I also implement myself and share with my clients. So how many of you have Christmas parties, holiday parties, whatever you celebrate in December? You have the party going probably on a Saturday afternoon. You got to be there at 6. You're running around all day Saturday, getting pretty, cleaning up, just doing everything. And you haven't eaten all day because you're like, I'm going to be at this party. There's going to be a whole lot of food. There's going to be a whole lot of drinks. I want to make sure that I get to eat it all. And you have nothing all day. And then the day off, or when you get there, you just start eating and you feel like crap. Please don't do that. Even if you know you're going to be going out in the evening to eat, you should still make sure that you're eating throughout the day. Your meals don't have to be as heavy or intense or fill you up as they normally would, but it is important that you continue to eat throughout the day. One, this will take stress off your body. Remember, if you're too stressed, you won't sleep properly at night. If you're too stressed, your body goes into fat storage mode as opposed to fat loss mode. And next thing that may happen is when you haven't eaten all day and then you go out and you start drinking or you start eating a lot, you feel gross, you feel bloated, you feel like crap. Even if the food is good, you kind of can't enjoy it. So why do you want to do that? So I would still suggest that you eat up until a few hours before. If it's even before you leave home, have something light, right? So you don't feel like crap and you can enjoy yourself and enjoy your food much more. Next thing that I would suggest you do is, I spoke about this in podcast 2 episodes before this one, so you can go back and check that one out. That is where I spoke about how to lower how to lower your cortisol level. It was episode 44, just two before this, because this one's 46. You want to make sure that you're not staying stressed, that you're managing your stress, that with all the travels, with all the commitments that you have going on this holiday season, that you're still making time to unwind, that you're still doing things that's going to have you relaxed and not in stress mode, because it's already stressful, the holidays, right? So you want to make sure that no matter what's going on, you are still doing things that make you feel good. You're still going for like your walks, if you're able to go for walks. You're still making time to have little self-care activities throughout the day, because if you don't, then you may start experiencing brain fog, hot flashes, night sweats, irritability. Because remember, a lot of these symptoms we experience during perimenopause, it's because of the constant stress we're in. So you want to make sure that you're doing your part to lower your cortisol level. You want to make sure you're still eating around the same time throughout the day, that you're not having too much caffeine, that even with the alcohol, that you're not having too much of it, because that can also add stress to your body. I did do another podcast episode, I think about episode 40, where I spoke about alcohol and effects it have on you, a woman, during perimenopause. And of course, if you're going to have alcohol, make sure that you're having water to drink in between, because that will definitely help you feel better the time you're having it and even the next day, and that you're eating before. Kind of what I touched on in point one. And I'm telling you these things because, as I said, it is so easy to fall off track, to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of the holidays. And next thing you know, you're like, why am I having hot flashes? Why have they intensified? And you can't understand. The third tip I would like to share for you, and this is like absolutely one of my favorite, and I've already had to make this adjustment with workouts. So what I do is weekly, I'll get my calendar out and I see what events, what party, where am I invited, and of course also make room, because there's going to be like one or two pop-ups where, okay, I may have to go, and how am I going to fit that in? So for December, my workout schedule will be changing. If you rock with me on the gram, your girl is cray cray. I'm a 5 a.m. workout girl, and I usually work out 5 days a week. Now, for December, realistically, I have cut that down, or I will be cutting it down to being in the gym 3 days. Maybe another day or two, I'll do something light, like some stretches or core at home, but I won't be going to the gym 5 days in the mornings, just because, think about it. If you know you're going to be going to parties, there's a high possibility you're going to be out late, right? So if I'm out late, therefore, I promise you, I am not going to get up early to go to the gym, because one, I'm not giving up my sleep for that. As much as I like working out, I know my body needs sleep so I can lift heavy, so I can recover faster. So how am I going to combat that? Is cut down the amount of days I'm working out. And that's something you can also do too, because if I'm still going to be expected to go to parties and work out at 5 a.m. 5 days a week, it's not realistic. It's going to be too taxing on my body. And then I'm also going to get nervous, because it's like the days I don't get to go, I'm going to get nervous, because it's like, oh, I didn't do it. What's going to happen? And now I'm stressed. And then we talk about when stress happens and, our bodies stay in stress mode because of our high cortisol level, don't sleep properly at nights, become moody, become irritable, hot sweats increase, hot sweats, hot flashes. And I'm teaching you about perimenopause, right? So hot flashes increase, night sweats increase. So that's something you can do. Alter the amount of days you work out. You may also alter the amount of times or where you work out. Because as I said, I'm a gym girly. Sorry, I still have a dry cough from a few days ago. Um, so if you're accustomed to going to the gym, you can probably start working out at home because you're like, okay, going to the gym may not be conducive with everything I have going on. If you have house guests, if you're going to be away, stuff like that, take it into consideration. You can also reduce the length of your workouts. For example, if you're accustomed to working out 60 minutes during December, you may drop it down to 30 minutes, right? Still better than nothing. You still get your workout in, you still feel good. You don't feel as if all I'm doing is partying and eating up and neglecting my health. That's one. That's two. Sorry. You may also change the time of day that you work out. Now, I'm not telling you to become a 5 a.m. gym girly, although I'm slowly transforming some of you to 6 a.m., 7 a.m. gym ladies. But if you're accustomed to working out in the evenings and you have parties in the evenings, how's that gonna go? How's that gonna go, right? How about you move it up earlier in the day, earlier in the morning, before work, around lunchtime? I'm not saying that you have to do that all the time, but during this season, December, when you're busy, how about we try that? So those are some of the things that you can definitely do. Next things that you can also do is if you're going to be traveling, you're going to be at a hotel, um, they they may have a pool and you don't normally have access to a pool and you want to swim. Try something different. If there are classes at hotels that you're going to be staying at that you've never tried before, try some of those classes, right? If you're open to it. But I definitely wanted to share that with you. This is a very quick podcast episode. I definitely wanted to share that with you because there's no reason for us to fall off the wagon completely, and then come January we add all this stress on our bodies and ourselves and try to change it. So please let me know which one of these you will be implementing. As I said, my favorite is the workout ones. Yes, I get to cut down. Yes, I cut down on the amount of days I'm going to be working out, but I'm still getting my workout in. So those are three things that you can definitely do. Make sure you're eating throughout the day before the party. Don't go starving yourself and then go crazy at the buffet and feel gross and sick. Next thing you know, at night you can't sleep because of acid reflux, indigestion, diarrhea, all of that. You want to still make sure you're managing your stress. Listen to podcast episode 44, where I give realistic ways to lower your cortisol level. Because remember, if your cortisol level remains high, you will not sleep at night. You are going to be waking up between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. If that stays high, your body breaks down whatever muscles you have, turn it into fat, and you go into fat storage mode as opposed to fat burning mode. And next thing that you can also do is change your workout. Add the amount of days you're working out, the time, when, and where. So whatever you do, please make sure that you're still taking care of yourself, you're having fun, and you're spending time with your loved ones this holiday season. All right? Bye. Oh, don't forget, if you're not already following me on Instagram, I post over there a lot. Train with Trudie, Trudie. And I started posting regularly again on YouTube. So definitely like and subscribe over there also. But please do share this episode, share the podcast with another woman going through perimenopause who's struggling to lose fat. And also, please rate the podcast, rate and give me a review, as this will definitely help to push it out. All right, until next time, bye.